So the question is, what is the surface area of the block? But before we start with this, I will tell you a real life example of surface area. A real life example of surface area is like a gift. A gift involves surface area because the wrapping paper around the gift is just like surface area. So basically surface area is like around the whole entire present that is being given. Now I will get to the block. And for surface area, you need to know the length, width, and height of your object. And I have a three-dimensional thing shape that will help me explain to you where the length, height, and width are. So the length is basically right here, the bottom. Then the width is basically right here, so it's like that. And then the height would be how tall it is. Okay, so I measured my length, width, and height in centimeters using a ruler. My length was the first measurement that I found out, and it came out to be 4.5 centimeters. And then I measured my width of the block, and this one came out to be the same as the length, which was 4.5 centimeters. And lastly, I measured my height of the block, and again, it came out to be 4.5 centimeters. Now we are going to find the area of all the sides. The triangular block that I chose has 6 sides, but all those sides have the same length, width, and height, so they will have the same area. Okay, so then we will only have to use one area where we have to write out everything that we did, and that would be the first one on the page. And to find area, you have to multiply the base and the height together, and when I did that, I multiplied 4.5 centimeters, but you could also say that as 4.5 centimeters, and 4.5 centimeters, but again, you could also say that as 4.5 centimeters together. And I got 20.25 centimeters squared. But you could also say this as 20.25 centimeters squared. And again, since we have the same lengths, widths, and heights, we will use the same area for all 6 sides. So I will just duplicate all of them up. And put them on the correct triangle. And since now we have all of our areas where they should be, we have to add the 2 in the row together to get the next area. And when I did that, I did 20.25 centimeters squared plus 20.25 centimeters squared, and I got 40.5 centimeters squared. Again, this could be said as 40.5 centimeters squared. And that would be the same for all 6 sides, as I said before, because it has the same length, width, and height. Okay. So we'll add them right there. And the next step that I had to do was add these 3 areas together to come up with the surface area. The first thing I did, because I didn't want to add all 3 of them up at one time, I did this area plus this area, and that answer came out to be 81 centimeters squared. And so this was my area now, but I still had one more area that I needed to add to this, and that was again a 40.5 centimeters squared. So then I did the 40.5 centimeters squared plus 81 centimeters squared, and I got 121.5 centimeters squared. Again, this could be said as 121.5 centimeters squared. And this is our surface area for the red block. Now, since I just demonstrated to you my own type of surface area, I hope that you can find the surface area of anything you want. For my math standard, I did math standard number 8. And I did this because I noticed the calculations were repeated when I was doing the area because, it had the same length, width, and height. And I used general methods and shortcuts because I didn't have to find the area of every one of them because I already knew the area of one of them and they were all the same. And so that was a shortcut for me. And I maintained oversight of the process while attending to the details because I still explained through the area, but I already knew them, so I maintained oversight. But I still told you guys the details of all of the area.